Hello Twilights, welcome or welcome back to Twilight Corner. So in today's video I'm going to be explaining you the part 2 of this chapter that we were doing, the sound of music, and the part 2's name is the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan, and this is for class 9 CBSE. So let's start. But before we start, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Twilight Corner, and also share this video with your friends so that they can also learn. So without any further delay, let's start. Part 2, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Before you read, do you know these people? What instruments do they play? So over here, there are pictures of different people given, and then they are playing different types of instruments, right? So can you guess the name of these people and also what instruments are they playing? If yes, then let me know in the comment section below. Okay, let's continue. Think of the Shehnai, and the first thing you'll probably imagine is a wedding or a similar occasion or function. The next would probably be Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro, playing the instrument. Now, when we talk about the instrument named Shehnai, the occasions that would come in your mind would be weddings or similar occasions like related to weddings, right? And then the next thing what would come in your mind would be a person, right? That person would be Ustad Bismillah Khan. He is a Shehnai master, meaning that he is really good at playing that instrument. He has mastered at that instrument, right? So he plays the instrument very well. Okay, so let's start. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of the musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. So you might have heard the Emperor Aurangzeb's name, right? So he banned the playing of a musical instrument. So there was this musical instrument named pungi, and he banned it from his royal residence. Why did he ban it? Because it had a very shrill, unpleasant sound. It was not really pleasant to hear. That is why. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noise makers. So it became a generic name. In the sense, generic name means it's kind of like a name to classify, which is given to a class, right? Or given to a whole group or something like that. So it's a generic name given to reeded noise makers. Now you'll ask what is reeded. So reeded in the sense meaning that it has a air column. So it's like a wind instruments, right? Like they have reeds in them, such as flutes and clarinet. So that would be a generic name for the reeded noise makers, pungi. Okay, let's start. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. So few had thought that this pungi would be revived one day and it will come into the playing again. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. So there was this barber, okay, and in Hindi for barber we say nai. Now I'm telling you this because this will be helpful in the following paragraph. So over here, the barber of professional musicians in his family, there were a lot of professional musicians, right? And they had access to the royal palace. So this barber thought that why not improve the tonal quality of the pungi? So he decided to do that. All right. So let me just erase this. Okay. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi, and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of the holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. Alright. Now imagine this is your pungi. Okay, this is your pungi. But what he did was, the barber did, he took a longer and broader step. Not this broad, but a broader step. Okay. Wait. Let's say this broad, like this much. Yeah. So it's a little bit broader and it's pretty long, right? And this stem was pretty hollow. So this was hollow, and then he made 7 holes on it. Okay, so he made 7 holes on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so he made 7 holes on it, and he would play this by opening and closing one hole. So when he was playing this, soft and melodious sounds were produced. So this is what is prescribed or described here actually. Let's continue. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. So he played this instrument before everyone, the royalty and everyone else in that courtroom. And then everyone was impressed while hearing this Shehnai, right? This instrument. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. So it was very different from the pungi and it had to be given a new name, right? As the story goes, since it was played first in the Shah's chambers and was played by a Nai barber, the instrument was named the Shehnai. So when we talk about the Shehnai, the Shehnai was actually played in Shah's chamber. So the word Sheh comes from Shah. And then Nai, the person who was playing it was the barber. And I said that in Hindi we say as barber as Nai. So that is why the whole derivation of this word Shehnai is from this. So this could come as a question in your exam. So you can learn this. And then over here we have the pictures given for Pungi and Shehnai. Okay, so let's continue. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. So the sound which was produced by the Shehnai, right? It was considered very auspicious, meaning that it was, promising to bring some good fortune. It was promising to bring some good wealth to our family, right? So it was considered auspicious, and for this reason it is still played in temples, and it is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. So it was a very good, it's still played in temples and North Indian weddings, and it was considered something that cannot be done without a piece, right? So over here, this pungi was actually considered indispensable, because over here, when we talk about this pungi, in no work cannot be done without this pungi here. It's required, absolutely required in North Indian weddings or even temples, right? So that is why this pungi is required in these. Okay, so let's continue. So now in the past, the Shehnai was the part of a Naubat or traditional assemble of 9 instruments found at the royal courts. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. So what happened was, in the past, usually the Shehnai was actually a part of the Naubat. Now you'll ask, what is Naubat? So it's kind of like it's like a traditional assembly, right? It's where people assemble. Over here, people don't assemble. 9 instruments actually were found in the royal court. So there will over here, this Naubat will be the assemble of 9 instruments in the royal courts. Until recently it was actually used in weddings and temples, but now it's actually brought up to the classical stage. So over here, the credit for upbringing this Shehnai onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. So that is what is given here. Let's continue. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played gilli danda near a pond in the ancient state of Dumrao in Bihar. He would regularly go nearby to the Bihaji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kgs as a prize by the local Maharaja. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has traveled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. Now, when Bismillah Khan was 5 years old, right? When he was 5 years old, he used to play Gilli Danda. It was his favorite game, okay? And he used to play this Gilli Danda near a pond, right? And this pond was actually in the state of Dumrao, in Dumrao actually, and then this is in the state of Bihar. So Dumrao is in Bihar, and he is from Dumrao. Alright, so he used to play Gilli Danda when he was 5 years old, and then over here he would actually regularly go to the Biharji temple. So in Dumrao there's a Biharji temple in which he would go and sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, right? He would sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, in which he would actually get a big laddu prize, which was weighed, which was around 1.25 kgs, which is given here. So this was its weight, and then this big laddu would be given by the local Maharaja. And after this, 80 years later, 80 years ago actually, this little boy, Ustad Bismillah Khan, he traveled very far to actually receive the highest civilian award. Now, the highest civilian award is actually obviously the Bharat Ratna. So he received that. So that's all with this paragraph. Let's continue. Born on 21st of March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasul Baks Khan, was the Shehnai Nawaz of Bhojpur King's court. His father, Paigambar Baks, and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. It's Paigambar Baks, sorry. Okay. So when over here, this Ustad Bismillah Khan, his birthday is on 21st of March 1916, and then he belongs to a well-known family of musicians, right, who play the Shehnai, and those well-known family of musicians are from Bihar, so he belongs to Bihar. And then Ustad Bismillah Khan's grandfather Rasul Baks Khan, he was actually a Shehnai Nawaz. He used to play in the Bhojpur King's court, and he was actually really good at it. So that is why he was known as the Shehnai Nawaz. And then his father, right, Paigambar Baks, and his other paternal ancestors, right, they were also really great Shehnai players. They used to play the Shehnai very beautifully, and that was really good. The young boy took to music early in life. So Ustad Bismillah Khan actually started playing music very early in his life, and he took music as a part of his life itself. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Benares, now Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. So when his mother, Ustad Bismillah Khan's mother, took him to his maternal uncle's house in Benares. Now when we talk about Benares, now it's Varanasi. It's renamed as Varanasi. So when his mother took him to Banaras, right, Bismillah Khan was actually really fascinated and very enthusiastic. It was really enthusiastic for him to actually watch his uncles. They were practicing the Shehnai, and he was really fascinated by that. So let's continue. Soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Baks to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Baks was employed to play the Shehnai. Ali Baks would play the Shehnai, and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on the end. Now what happens is, over here Bismillah started accompanying his uncle. So he started going with his uncle named Ali Baks to the Vishnu temple of Banaras. Now there's this Vishnu temple in Varanasi, and he's going with his uncle, who is named as Ali Baks, right? And he's going, and then over here Ali Baks is employed in that Vishnu temple. He has an employment, right? So he is employed to play the Shehnai, right? He's appointed to play the Shehnai. So Ali Bugs would play the Shehnai. He would actually play the Shehnai, and Bismillah Khan would be sitting there and just just seeing his uncle playing the Shehnai, and he would be really captivated. So he would be really captivated, and he would watch his uncle playing the Shehnai for hours till the end. So actually on end, meaning that for a very long time without stopping. So his uncle is playing, for example, his uncle is playing the Shehnai, right? And then he is watching his uncle playing the Shehnai for hours and hours without actually stopping, and he was not even getting tired because he was so captivated by this, right? All right. Slowly he started getting lex. He slowly, sorry. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. So basically, he started getting lessons on how to play the Shehnai, and then he also started practicing for playing the Shehnai. For years to come, the temple of the Balaji and Mangala Maya and the banks of the Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts where he could practice in solitude. Now he used to sit and practice, right? So he used to sit to practice in the Balaji temples or the Mangala Maya's temples, right? In the banks, on the banks, and then also he would practice on the banks of Ganga. So he loved playing. Usually over here, the importance is more to Maya Ganga. So basically, he would go and then he would sit on the banks of the Ganga and then he would play, because that would be his most of the favorite haunts, right? To play there, and then he would really love to play there, and then he would actually practice in solitude. So that would be one case. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and intend ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of Shehnai. So when he used to actually, sit and practice on the banks of Ganga, so the Ganga waters like will be flowing, right? So the water will be flowing, and then this would improvise him actually to intend the ragas. He would practice those ragas which were produced by the flowing water, right? And then over here, this was actually considered to be beyond the range of Chennai. It was like you can't play the whole flowing water sound from the Chennai, right? It was actually beyond the range, but he did it. Okay, now let's continue. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. So at the age when he was actually 14, right? Bismillah actually accompanied his uncle, I guess Ali Bucks, right, to the Allahabad Music Conference. Let me just underline that because this is very important. At the end of the recital, Ustad Faiz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." So over here, after his recital, right, when Ustad Bismillah Khan, he was playing his recital, and then at the end, Ustad Faiz Khan, right, he patted Ustad Bismillah Khan's back and said that you shall work hard and then you'll make it, right? Okay, so let's continue. With the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. So what happened was, in 1938 there was this All India Radio which was opened in Lucknow, and this was a very good break, right? It was a very big break for Bismillah Khan. Now let's see why. Because he would actually usually be heard, right, playing the Shehnai on the radio, so it would be a really good experience for him, and he would also earn a lot. So that's the case which is given here. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on the radio, as I said. Okay, let's continue now. So, okay. When India gained independence on 15th of August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. So when India gained independence, right, on 15th of August 1947, right? So what happened was Bismillah Khan actually played the Shehnai to greet the nation, right? To show that we got independence, and he was really happy that we got independence. He poured his heart out into the rag kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. Okay, so what happened was that he actually, Bismillah Khan actually, as he told that he played the Shehnai to greet the whole gathering which was there, and then he was playing the Rag Kafi, right, from his Shehnai, and then he poured his whole out on playing that Rag Kafi, and he was playing this Rag Kafi from the Red Fort, right? And then the audience actually included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the former Prime Minister of India. He was the first Prime Minister actually, and after that, who actually he later gave his famous speech, right? The Tryst with Destiny. So he gave that speech, and that's all with this. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. So he has given many good performances and memorable performances in India and as well as other countries, right? His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. So what happened was that first of all, Bismillah Khan actually performed his first performance in other countries was actually in Afghanistan, right? And where he was playing the Shehnai in the King Zahir Shah's court. And King Zahir Shah, he was really impressed by Bismillah Khan. So he actually gifted the master, right, who had mastered the Shehnai. He gifted him priceless Persian carpets and then other souvenirs. Now, over here, souvenir means what? Over here, things in memory. Like, for example, you go to different places, such as you go to Goa, for example, and then you buy good old things, right? Just as memory. So, that would be souvenirs, right? So, you would just take it for memory, like you visited Goa one time, right? So, that would be one case. Same thing here. The king of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. So he was not only the one who was actually fascinated with Bismillah's music, many others were also actually fascinated by his music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at the festival that he named a film after the instrument called Gunj Uthi Shehnai. Now, what happened was film director Vijay Bhatt. So, over here, Vijay Bhatt is a film director, right? And then he was really impressed by hearing Bismillah play, right, at the festival. And then he was so fascinated by that. So, he named his next film after the instrument which Bismillah played, which was Shehnai. So, he named his whole movie as Gunj Uthi Shehnai. Now, what do you mean by Gunj Uthi Shehnai? Gunj Uthi Shehnai in this sense means the whole Shehnai is actually ringing. So that's the thing. Now let's continue. The film was a hit, so the whole film was actually a very good hit, and many people loved it. And one of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya. So one of the Bismillah Khan's compositions was Dil Ka Khilona Toot Gaya. Turned out to be a national wide chart buster. So it was also a really big hit. Okay, so let's continue. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world, Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited in two. Vijay Bhatt's Goonj Uthi Shehnai, and Vikram Srinivasa's Kannada venture Sanathi Apanna. So now this was actually when Bismillah Khan actually was working with the film industries, but he had only two films, and one was the Goonj Uthi Shehnai by Vikram Bhatt, and then the other one was the Srinivasa's Kannada venture, which was there, Sanadhi Apanna. So yeah, that was it. I just I just can't come to terms with the artificially and glamour of the film world. So when he played the music, right, he felt that the Shehnai's sound was actually really artificial, and he couldn't come in terms with that, right? So he says with emphasize. So he says this like with emphasis, okay? Awards and recognition came thick and fast. So many awards and recognition was actually given, and he was really famous, right? So it came in a big bulk, and then it was also really fast that the awards and recognition came to Bismillah Khan. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. So he became the first Indian to be invited, right? He was invited in the United States of America, at the prestigious Lincoln Hall to perform, right? He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal. So he also took part in a World Exposition which was conducted in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So he also participated in the Cannes Art Festival and also in the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, Tahir Mosque, Ustad Bismillah Khan. So he gained popularity internationally very well. So actually there was this auditorium in Tehran, and it was named after him, the Tahir Mosque, Ustad Bismillah Khan. So yeah, now let's continue. National awards like Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan, and the Padma Vibhushan were also conferred on him. So he also got the national awards such as Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Bharat Ratna, and Padma Vibhushan. Okay. And then in 2001, Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. So in the year of 2001, he got one of the highest civilian awards, the Bharat Ratna, right? With the coveted award resting on his chest, so he got the much desired right award which he deserved, which was on his chest, and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, all yeah. So all I would like to say is, teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West is now coming to learn our music. So when he, deserved that Bharat Ratna, and he got that Bharat Ratna with rare happiness, he was really happy. He said that I would like to say is that teach your children how to play music, right? Because this is one of the richest traditions in Hindustan that we have, and now the West is also really happy and excited to learn, and is coming to learn in India to learn music, right? In spite of in spite of having traveled all over the world, Khan Saab, as he is fondly called, is exceedingly fond of Benares and Dumrao, and they remain for him. Uh, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. So even though Khan Saab has actually, traveled a lot of the part of the world, right? And then, but he actually has a special place for the places like Dumra and Banaras, because he has been brought up there, right? So he loves playing the music in Banaras, the banks of Ganga, and also he used to practice in he used to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita in the Biharji temple in Dumra. So this was actually really close to him. These two towns were the best towns and the most wonderful towns in the world for him. A student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating the temples there. But Khan Sahib asked him if he would be able to transport River Ganga as well. Now, a student very who was actually really fond of him actually told that please head a school in the USA, but and also the student promised to recreate the whole atmosphere, like the whole temples which were there in Banaras, right? But then Khan Sahib asked him, can you transport the river Ganga as well? So obviously he can't do that. So later he remembered to have said, that is why whenever I am in a foreign country, I keep yearning to see Hindustan. So whenever he's in a foreign country, he keeps wanting to see Hindustan, right? While in Mumbai, I think of only Banaras and the Holy Ganga. So when he is in Mumbai, he thinks of the Banaras and the Holy Ganga. And while he is in Banaras, he missed the old Matha of Dumrao, right? He misses the unique Matha of Dumrao. Shekhar Gupta, when partition happened, didn't you and your family think of moving to Pakistan? So over here he is asking, didn't your family think of moving to Pakistan? Bismillah Khan is telling here, God forbid. Me leave Banaras? Never. I went to Pakistan once. I crossed the border just to say I have been to Pakistan. So he had just crossed the border and then he was like, I just crossed the border, you know what? Because just to say that, I have been to Pakistan there. I was there for about an hour. I said namaskar to the Pakistanis and salam alaikum to the Indians. So he said salam alaikum to the Indians and then he said namaskar to the Pakistanis. I had a good laugh. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. So this is a perfect example for the rich cultural heritage that we have in India, right? One that effortlessly accepts the devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. So he is Muslim, but he's still going to the temples, Hindu temples, right? And then he's also playing the Shehnai every day, every morning in the Kashi Vishwanath temple. So there's something to learn about unity in this case, right? Ustad Bismillah Khan passed away on 21st of August 2006 at the age of 90 after a prolonged illness. So he passed away sadly on 21st of August 2006 because he had a prolonged illness, right? It was a long going illness that he already had. He was given a state funeral. So he was given a state funeral to honor, right? And the government of India declared one day of national mourning. So the government of India declared his passing away as a national mourning for everyone for one day. So think how great he was actually. So that's all, we have completed this whole chapter and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Twilight Corner, and also make sure to share this video, and yeah, and comment your thoughts in the comment section if you like this video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.